Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to my Friday Night Smackdown review. A lot of important things tonight on this show. A lot of big news going on tonight, but one thing to address before we do get into the Smackdown review is actually two things. One I actually saw about 5 minutes ago before I start to review this show, because we did kick it off. They did have a graphic for Bullet Bob Armstrong, who passed away yesterday at the age of 80. If you don't know who that is, I know it's Road Dogg and Scott Armstrong's dad. I think he had like two more sons, I believe, Brad Armstrong and I believe Steve. Listen, I don't know a lot about Bullet Bob Armstrong. I do know he was inducted into the Hall of Fame. I think it was about 2011. Please correct me if I'm wrong on that. And the most I can really remember out of him was in TNA when he was tagging with with his son, BG James and Kip James. He was helping the James gang go against LAX, and I remember that arm wrestling contest Conan and him had inside the cage on him. This is when I started to first watch TNA around 2005, 2006, and I just remember Road Dogg bringing his dad out there, and he was like in matches and everything. So I do remember that very, very well. Like, I don't know his whole career like that. I'm sure probably you guys know more, way more than me, because I didn't, grow up watching him. I just going by what I remember from him and the stories I've heard too of him. So definitely rest in peace, Bullet Bob Armstrong. One thing I do really want to address though too. Listen, this has nothing to do with wrestling right now, okay? And I was really shocked before recording, because about a few minutes ago, I just saw that Chadwick Boseman died. If you do not know who that is Black Panther right there. From many movies, especially in the Marvel Universe, from Black Panther to Civil War to Infinity War, all the way to Endgame and whatnot, and just many other movies from 42, where he played as Jackie Robinson, which is also crazy because today is Jackie Robinson Day. I know Jackie Robinson Day is on April the 15th, but they had moved it, they had moved the day due to the virus and whatnot. So, with them moving that day, it's kind of crazy, especially on Jackie Robinson Day. He played James Brown, Get On Up. Like, these are some of the movies I've seen, and Get On Up was a great movie, okay? From playing Marshall, Thurgood Marshall, 21 Bridges. Yeah, so he's got a lot of great movies on, which, like I said, some of them I've seen before he was Black Panther, because I do remember the movie 42 before, because Black Panther, that's one that got him way big. Well, I should say Civil War first, but when Black Panther came out, we know how huge that movie was a couple years ago when it came out. And, when I saw this on the news, they said he had died, and I didn't even believe it at first. I honestly didn't. They said it was colon cancer, and that's just horrible. Listen, any form of cancer is horrible, but colon, that's especially bad. Okay, that's really bad. And they say he was diagnosed with this about 4 years ago, so he has been fighting this for a while now. Just some of the reports I read though, that I think it's in stage 3. I'm sorry. Stage 3 to stage 4 of that cancer, I believe. And they say, and to what is crazy also, that he made all these movies while he had this. So you probably don't know what he had to go through, especially working get all this done. And he did a great job and everything. So I'm just really shocked by this. I'm very surprised. I didn't even believe it. I just didn't believe it when I first saw it on TV. I just happened to watch the news a little before doing the review, and then next thing you know, they said he died, and I didn't believe it. I honestly didn't believe it, and it messed me up for a minute. It knocked me off my square. I ain't gonna lie. I was that shit kind of really fucked me up, because I just didn't. It's 43 years old, man. Like I said, a guy just young and just still going his career and whatnot, and just hearing stuff like that just kind of like fucked my night up right there. Like it just really kind of made me sit down for like a few minutes before I even did this review. So and I'm sure everybody's saying online right now that 2020 just get this year over with. It's horrible and whatnot, just from many things. Just I don't know, from either death or just the virus or police brutality, racism. We've already know what's going on with that right now. Just it's like horrible stories just keep coming left and right. And trust me, it's over here too. I'm not gonna go into which ones, but it's really really bad. But just hearing about that Black Panther died, that really kind of knocked me off my square right there. That messed me up. So I was very surprised to hear about that. So yeah, I just want to say rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. Wakanda forever, man. For real, Wakanda forever, man. That's a Black Panther. So that shit really knocked me off my square. But going into the Smackdown review, though, we did kick it off with Smackdown tonight with Adam Pearce, which I will say is getting a lot of TV time lately. Talking with security, talking about how Retribution may be around, so they need to watch out for tonight and watch this door because Vince McMahon is here tonight. So the boss is mostly doing for this whole contract signing. Adam Pearson went into his office. I guess he tried to tell Vince that everything's secure, and I guess he was going to give him a fist bump, but Vince looked at him like he was crazy and everything, and I guess he was going to escort him or whatnot. And then Vince says, listen, I know everybody that comes up to me is always a little intimidated, but he has a mission for Adam Pearce, okay? And he knows about the whole the contract signing for the triple threat match for the Universal title this Sunday. So this is what Adam Pearce is going to do. He's going to go out and get all 3 signatures from these guys tonight and do it before this night is over, okay? He must not fail this mission. But Vince suggested that Pearce go start off and look for The Fiend first, which you're going to have to go to Bray Wyatt. And since there's a Firefly Fun House tonight, Vince gave him this special gear before walking off. So Adam Pearce, he's on a big mission tonight. He's going on the hunt. Vince sent them on to get these signatures, okay? But we do kick off SmackDown in the Thunderdome, of course. And trust me, I've heard a lot about the Thunderdome this week, which I heard Kenny Omega was on there tonight. I'm seeing photos of watching this show. And seeing that, I know about what was from Monday. I didn't really see it, but I saw once people started posting it from Chris Benoit and people being beheaded and GCW shirts and Fire Velveteen Dream signs and was one sign, but beheaded. I think I said beheadings already, and just someone was in a KKK outfit. I don't know who's watching these people getting online, but it may end soon if this keeps happening. So I don't know what the tech people or I don't know production are doing, but they may want to get that fixed, okay? Because I didn't know it was that bad when I had heard about it. So I actually saw the photos then. So that's crazy. But Jeff Hardy came out, the new Intercontinental Champion. He was about to talk until AJ Styles came out, called him a cheat. You're a liar. That you used the system to get this title with that fake leg brace or whatnot, that he shouldn't even be medically cleared, that AJ's had leg injuries before, but nothing like this, that Jeff Hardy just cheated his way to win this title. But Jeff Hardy said, oh, that's a shame because I am doing an open challenge, but I'm doing an open challenge for everybody in the back, not for you. Styles still complained until Hardy knocked him to the ground. Which, when we came back from commercial, Shinsuke Nakamura, I guess, accepted the open challenge for the Intercontinental title. AJ was on commentary. Everybody's doing a lot of open challenges right now in wrestling when I look at it. Because, we got an open challenge tonight. Cody was just doing an open challenge with that TNT belt. Eddie Edwards doing an open challenge for the world title right now. So, crazy how, a lot of wrestling promotions are doing open challenge matches. But the match for Shinsuke Nakamura was good, I will say that. Not a bad match. I never really believed Shinsuke was winning. One thing to take from this was Cesaro showing up on the screen talking about how he was just going to go and celebrate. He was going to bring, some drinks back, but Nakamura was gone and didn't even inform Cesaro that he was going to try to go for this Intercontinental title, that everybody wants to be a double champion right now, and that Nakamura was more trying to be ambitious, but it looks like he was more impulsive from this, and my so-called partner right now wanted to leave me behind, I see. So could it be a breakup from this? I don't think it will be between these two. They just won the titles not that long ago, so I don't think they would be gone, okay, as a team already. But like I said, Jeff, he ended up winning this match, Swanton Bomb on the Nakamura. As he was walking up the ramp, AJ was still yelling at him. But then next thing you know, Sami Zayn returned. We have not seen Sami Zayn since what? WrestleMania, when he beat Daniel Bryan, to retain the Intercontinental Championship, and they stripped him for him, and they did that whole tournament. And when Sami Zayn came out, Sami Zayn, I know he's still the guy still looks like Fidel Castro out there, but he had an Intercontinental title himself. He never lost the championship. He was never beaten for the title. It was stripped, but he never was beaten for that title. Jeff Hardy looked on. He looked at AJ then. Sammy kicked him to the ground as Sammy headed to the back. And AJ looked at, Jeff looked at AJ again as he got up. Sammy was basically talking about how he is still the Intercontinental Champion. He beat Daniel Bryan. But Caleb Braxton, well, where have you been these past 4 to 5 months? Sammy says, I don't need to explain, which I don't blame him for not being here because of the virus. But I don't need to explain or anything. And whatnot. That's nobody's business. I had a valid reason, and he started speaking in French then before walking away. So Sami Zayn, folks, Sami Zayn is back. I was very, very surprised to see him back on the show. So that was definitely didn't see that one coming. So that's actually a good move for the night. Next up, we went to the Firefly Fun House with Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt, I guess he came through the door, say, it felt good to be back home and everything, and that, we actually have something, and something that was missing that we finally got back. He has the Universal title again, and, Wyatt said none of those monsters will take this belt away this time, and he said it was good to see Roman Reigns, but next thing you know, who was at the door? It was Adam Pearce, but I guess the gear that Vince gave him, he was a mailman, basically. Basically, he was called Postman Pearce, as Wyatt called him. The postman himself, which I guess he was delivering the contract to him. He needs him to sign it, but Wyatt, okay, he'll sign it. Because these people just signed their death warrants on this contract. So Wyatt signed it, and Postman Pearce walked off. So Adam Pearce was able to survive the funhouse wearing a mailman outfit, okay? So he made it through that little world. But next, though, Matt Riddle came out, calling out Corbin, talking about this whole King's Ransom. And, if Corbin's afraid or anything, why don't you try to prove him wrong? Corbin came out, but he did not do the match. And to be Shorty G was wrestling on his behalf, Chad Gable or whatnot. Matt Riddle basically beat him with the bro Derek. Nothing much to say here. So Riddle won. Corbin tried to attack him, but Riddle took him out. And pretty much after that, then they went to, Big E? I guess he was going to be on Miz TV, but he didn't want to. Miz Morrison and Sheamus came up, and then Heavy Machinery, so of course a 6-man tag later on. Adam Pearce was then, I guess, trying to knock on Roman Reigns' door, but he couldn't get to him. Caleb Braxton started talking to Corbin then, basically talk about how Riddle is going to pay at Payback, so I guess it'll be a match, and, this is Kingdom, blah, 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 I don't care. Sasha and Bayley came out, which I will say Sasha's gear looked like she was about to play some Red Dead Redemption 2, because I saw those pants. All I could think of was a cow. My friend said, Steven said, was thinking more of a Dalmatian, but I swear like she was about to go to the Old West and shoot some shit up. But I just saw those pants, and I just kept thinking cow for some reason, a cow. But as Sasha and Bayley were out there, talking about how they have to defend their tag titles against Baszler and Nia Jax this Sunday, which, they've had some difficult weeks, but Bayley says she's Bayley dual-strapped still, but, Sasha lost her title, that she's devastated, and, Bayley said she had the best intentions, but everything didn't go as planned and whatnot, and Bailey said it's all her fault and everything. I should never let you challenge Asuka because, listen, you have a history of not successfully defending that Raw title in the past, which has been proven, which Sasha looked pissed in. But Bailey said, listen, that's in the past, okay? Right now, we must defend our titles this Sunday and our friendship, and we cannot lose. And Sasha says she's right, and she knows we're worried and everything, but we're going to win this Sunday, and that, we're still going to be best friends. Baszler and Jack showed up on the screen then, as Jack says, I don't like Baszler, but I don't like you two even more. Baszler said, I despise Nia Jax. She sucks, which that sounded like a shoot and the truth right there, because Nia Jax really does suck, okay? So there were no lies detected there. And this title match still makes no sense because it's funny, they just brawled with each other Monday, and then they just looked at Sasha and Bailey in the title like, hey, I looked at you, so I get a title shot. I don't really care about this tag match in general this Sunday. I know Sasha said that nothing's going to stop us. We will have our vengeance. I expect them to probably lose the belts because, the breakup with Sasha and Bailey is coming real soon, and they're been building up to it even tonight. But I don't really care for this match. I don't even need to see Nia Jax with a title. But like I said, Baszler was right. She does suck, okay? So why do we need to see this match Sunday? Then again, it's already 1 week's build. But next, Adam Pearce was still looking, as Drew Gulak said, seen Strowman, he told him, and Gulak said he wanted to know where he was, which I guess he was standing 5 feet away from him, as my friend Steven said, because he says, hold on, because I owe him one. He took a chair, he hit Strowman with it, which he no-sold it. Gulak threw the chair to Adam Pearce, which he says, I didn't do it. Listen, I just need you to sign this contract, okay? But Strowman says, I'll do it, only if I get that twerp Gulak. So you got to face Gulak, even though you lost the title, you're supposed to be guaranteed a rematch. So I don't know what's going on with that there, but okay. Next, Cesaro and Nakamura were in the back talking until Sami Zayn showed up. Sami Zayn said, hey, we got the team back together. Everything's good. It's all cool now. But Nakamura says, you have not been heard from, or you haven't called in over 4 months now. Even Cesaro said, yeah, you just kind of disappeared, okay? But, Sami Zayn said, this is the championship lounge. You got the Smackdown tag titles. I got the Intercontinental title. Everything's cool. But Cesaro said, listen, we're in the middle of a private conversation, so you can go away. You're not invited to this. Which Sami Zayn tried to, oh, no, it's all cool. I didn't want to be here anyway. I got something to do, so I got to go, all right? So, obviously, Nakamura and Cesaro don't want to go back to, being teaming with him and whatnot. But next, Gulak, who basically got destroyed by Braun Strowman in street clothes. So, there you go. They killed Gulak. Nothing much to say. The Lucha House Party were in the back, and they were, I guess, trying to see what they're going to do tonight, but Cesaro and Nakamura attacked from behind, which Kalisto told the Lucha House Party to stay in the back. Cesaro went against Kalisto, which the match was okay. I know Nakamura got involved, which Lucha House Party tried to come out and help, but Cesaro rolled him up. The Lucha House Party started arguing with each other then, which Kalisto looked very pissed until he walked to the back. Obviously, he's turning heel soon. I'm not sure if this will be good or not, but I would like to see it from Kalisto because any of these guys need anything, okay? But Adam Pearce returned back to Vince McMahon, telling him, like, listen, I got 2 out of the 3, all right? Vince said, oh, 2 out of 3, huh? That's not good enough. I need 3 out of 3, okay? So you need to go to Roman's door and knock it down, even kind of demonstrate how to knock the door down. So you need to go back and get that signature, okay? Nikki Cross was holding, I guess, a coffee mug, which Alexa Bliss gave to her before Tamina showed up to say hi and everything, but Bliss showed up, who had different gear on with a skirt like a metal jacket, and her hair was in pigtails, which, she says she feels great and everything, but Cross says, you look different. Your hair's different, the pink pigtails and whatnot, but she looked at one part of her hair and says it reminded her of The Fiend, which I don't know how those are similar, but I guess maybe she tied it up, like, because, Wyatt's got dreads and kind of like right now, or braided and everything, so, I don't know if that's what they were going for. Bliss said, don't be ridiculous. I thought she'd be more supportive, and she took the coffee mug from her and says, I thought, so much for friendship, and slammed it to the ground. Obviously, Bliss is turning heel, which they need to. Listen, I'm not the biggest fan of Alexa Bliss in general. You've heard me say it many times, but she's better as a heel than as a face. So I will say that. Obviously, this is going to be some slow burn maybe into her turning with Wyatt now being the new Sister Abigail. gonna assume this is where it's going because I don't see how any of their hairstyles are similar. But obviously, Bliss is gonna go back to heel. Now she's not saying she's gonna go back to me and the old Bliss, being heel, but it's probably gonna be something with Wyatt now. So we'll see what comes from this with Alexa Bliss. I don't know if I need to see this feud with Nikki Cross, but I guess Nikki Cross is still the face and Bliss is the heel. I thought it would have been the other way around. Alexa, stop. Like, see, you say Alexa and then the machine does whatever. Alexa, stop. Had to make sure I did that because that thing acts weird at the time. Okay, but we got here in the main event. I know Miz, Morrison, and Sheamus, which Morrison's plan was like, we can't let any of them tag to each other, so we can't let them get into the ring. Sheamus basically said this was a dumb plan, which it was, and before that match even happened, I guess Adam Pearce was able to get the Roman's door. There's not much I could say about this tag match other than Big E got the win on Miz, so it's not much to say about this six-man. It's whatever, but I think the important part is that we got to the last part of the show, which Reigns read the contract, by the way, and he told Pearce there'd be some changes in there, okay? And that he has promised to be at Payback, and that he will take back his Universal title that he never lost in the first place, okay? So, which I don't think he was even Universal Champion at the time. Was it Goldberg the champion? So he wasn't even the champion before that. Before, he, kind of backed out of WrestleMania. And Reigns basically said, that's not a prediction. That's a spoiler. And then next thing you know, Paul Heyman was sitting by Roman and said, believe that. Obviously, this is the biggest surprise out of the night, okay? Even I sat there and said, holy fucking shit. I didn't believe it. Because I'm sure everybody thought Roman was just going to go back to being the same old face and everything and whatnot. But this was a big thing. Obviously, this guy has to be healed because I don't see any way other around it. He is a Paul Heyman guy now, okay? Roman Reigns. So I'm sure this is something what people wanted for a while now. For the past 5-6 years of Roman Reigns wanting to turn heel. So the wish may have been granted right here, folks. And I am very excited now. This is something I do want to see, all right? So we're going to see what happens from this, because now I want to see, because obviously now I'm saying just give this guy the belt back. He's got Paul Heyman with him now, so 9 times out of 10, Roman Reigns most likely will become Universal Champion this Sunday. I know the dude just got back and just got an immediate title shot, but now they got Paul Heyman with him. Now I'm not mad. Now I kind of want him to become the champion, okay? I'm sure a lot of people are saying that right now, so that was very shocking ending. I will say that was something that got me excited about SmackDown. SmackDown was obviously a better show tonight, so there's a reason why Vince has been on this show 2 weeks in a row now, okay, and not on Raw. But there was a lot of stories from him, from Sami Zayn coming back, Roman Reigns being a Paul Heyman guy. What else? I already said Vince being on here. Maybe some heel turns. SmackDown wasn't even that half bad, okay? SmackDown was not that bad of a show. Maybe Bliss turning heel. Well, Bliss, I guess, is turning heel now, but there was some very interesting developments, okay? But I think the most everyone's talking about was the ending, and that's what Roman being with Paul Heyman now. So I definitely want to see where this goes this Sunday for Payback, okay? Now I am looking a little bit forward to the show, and we will have a review for that. And I will also have a review for tomorrow sometime of the day for New Japan with that the summer struggle that's going on. But we'll talk about that when we get to that, okay? But other than that, follow me on Twitter, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think about SmackDown, because this was a very somewhat newsworthy episode tonight. And it's now intriguing a lot of questions in the people of what's going to happen this Sunday for Payback. It may be 1 week build, but they've gained my interest. They've gotten my attention, okay? So we'll see what happens from this. But other than that, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace out, and we'll see you tomorrow for another review.